That's what I was. Proverbs 2, moral benefits of wisdom. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding, and if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, and from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds victory in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion, discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse, who leave the straight paths to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. It will save you also from the adulteress, from the wayward wife with her seductive words, who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. For her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirits of the dead. None who can, none who go to her return or attain the paths of life. Thus you will walk in the ways of good men and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. Okay, so there's a lot here. A lot here, sermon upon sermon. So do a little bit of breakdown. So past to present, or in the past. So again, this Old Testament, there's a lot here. And this, again, talking about wisdom, talking about searching for it. Search for it as you are looking for silver. So search for it as much as you look for that bump, that raise, more money, that compensation, that hustle. I'm using the words of today. Search for the Lord and his wisdom as much as you are going on your hustle, going for that economy, that money, going for whatever that goal is in your life. You search for the Lord's wisdom just as with all your might, all your soul, all your strength. Search for the Lord. I know. You got to do the grind. You feel like you got to do the grind. If you utilize that energy and you place it in the Lord, once again, witness right here. I was focused. I was focused on a lot of things in my life. And and a lot of things were happening, very dramatic, drama, etc. And when I just stopped and I just said, you know what, I'm going to give this to the Lord. I'm going to let go, and I'm going to be guided by the Lord, and I'm giving this to you, Lord. And when I did that, it was like boom. It was like it was peace. It was things that I didn't have to grind for hard. Just it was a miracle. It was a miracle. The Lord, and I knew the Lord heard me, and I know the Lord was like, correct. You did it. You're relying on me. You're following. Thank you. Here you go. So that's what I have to say. We have that grind. We have that, and search for the Lord. Use that, the whole, everything about that in our lives, and search for the Lord, because truly that's what our soul search for. That's what our spirit search for, is the Lord. Before we go on, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?